So let's get started. So in this task, we have built a basic robot API. So let's break down this code. We are building a simple API for controlling a robot in this task. First, we set up our ASP.NET Core application. In this task, we use web application.createBuilder arguments to create a builder and then build it with builder.build to get our application instance. Then here we define the commands that our robot understands. These are the basic commands such as left, right, place and move. Next we create a map to keep track of the robot's movement. It's a simple dictionary where the keys represent coordinates and the values represent whether the robot has been the coordinate or not. Then here, this line set up the HTTP redirection for our application. It ensures that all HTTP requests are redirected to HTTPS only. Now here if we talk about this thing is used, slash is used as a root endpoint. It just returns anything simple greeting such as hello robot, etc. Next we have the slash robot command which returns the list of available commands. As we move further we have slash robot command slash move. This tells the robot to move forward. And next we have the slash robot command slash id command which retrieves a specific command by its index in the command list. Now if we move downwards, then we have app post slash robot commands. This endpoint allows us to add new commands to the list. It expects us to post the new command to be sent in the request body only. Now here, these endpoints allow us to update the existing commands. It expects the updated command in the request body along with the index of the command to update. We go more down, then we have app map get slash robot map. Here we handle the robot's map. Robot map returns the entire map specifically, and slash robot map slash coordinate, it checks if a specific coordinate exists in the map or not. Finally, the app map put slash robot map endpoint. This allows us to update the entire robot map. It expects the new map to be sent in the request body. And that's all about our basic robot API. It allows us to control the robot movements and keep track of where it's been. Now to simply check its output, we'll be running the get command endpoint on the Postman app. So let's get started. So let's get started with the output explanation of the task 2.2. Now let's go through each endpoint and see the output if it produces a Postman or not. First, let's start us with a simple get request to the root endpoint. Firstly, we have the get test. In this URL, we have this http://API host and port. These are the two variables which we are declaring in the local environment. As you can see in the environments, we have local. Here the API host is set as localhost and the port number is 5000 as it is running on the backend. Now let's come back to the collections where we have our SID331 collection. Yeah, so firstly we have the get request slash. It will simply send the request which is the base of the URL of our API. In response we will get a hello robot message. Now as I'll try to send the request again, it shows hello robot and the status is OK, which means the request has been sent successfully and the reply has been generated. Next we'll try to retrieve the list of available robot commands. So let's get to robot commands. Now we'll send the request, then we'll be showing as left, right, place, move, backward and forward, and the status is again OK. Here I have a get request to robot commands. When I send this request, we receive a response containing the list of commands of the robot. Now let's move forward. We also have a body here. Do we? Nah, the body is empty. So we'll move to next command. Here we have the move command. Now I'll try to send this. The state is again OK and the robot has moved forward. So let's now try to add a new command to the list by post create robot and command. Now whichever command will declare in the body of this, then that command will be added up simply. Suppose we send this command, then the status is 201 created and the message is the forward command has been added. Now if we replace this with backward or something else, then that will be added too. That's it. So as you can see, the output changed to backward and the status is now also 201 created, which is okay. In Postman we have this post request to robot commands, which is used to send a new command in the request body. When I send this request, we receive a message confirming that a new command has been added up. Yep, which is actually cool, so we can dynamically add commands as needed. Now let's move forward and let's see the update command. So here we have a put request set up to the update an existing command. When I send this request, we receive a response confirming that the command has been updated. So let's check. As you can see, the command has been updated, but there is no content. Now if we change this, then again that command has been replaced. Finally, let's check the robot's map command. Here in Postman, I have a get request to /robot map. When I send this request, we receive a response containing the current state of the robot's map. So let's try to send this. This is the current state of the robot. Next we have the get read coordinate. It will simply read the map coordinate of the ID of the robot. Now previously we saw the state of the coordinate as null. As you can see in the body, there is no such coordinate declared. But when we come to put update map size, then we let's demonstrate you how we can update this robot map size. Here in the body, I have put a request setup to update the robot size. As you can see in the request body, I am sending a new map represented as a dictionary. In this map, each key represents a coordinate and the value indicates whether the robot has visited that coordinate or not. Coordinates 0, 0 and 2, 2 have a true, indicating that the robot has visited that points. Coordinate 1, 1 has false, indicating that robot hasn't visited that point. Again, so it's like a grid where true means that robot has been there and false means that it hasn't been there. And lastly, we have the fail command. In this we have intentionally put up an error. So as we try to send that request, we'll get an 40 for not found error. So this was all about output.